everybody. This is gonna be for Gemini. This is going to be for the remainder of April, right? I know, we already started, but I was still, it was just a lot of energy, right? With the eclipses and everything. So this is gonna be for. I want to make sure I didn't leave any card out right now, right? So this is gonna be for Gemini. For those of you that don't know, I'm a Gemini as well, right? Gemini sun. So I love Geminis. So, yeah, what do you call? Okay. Oof. Wow. Gratitude. So, this is the wisdom of the elders deck, right? So, like I said, this is for the rest of April, like the energies and stuff, but grandfather, son, sacred fire, gratitude, right? So, either they're telling you to, if you haven't been in gratitude, to make sure to be in gratitude, right? Um, so yeah, don't forget that's such a beautiful card, right? The artwork. So, okay, gratitude. Grandfather, son, sacred fire, gratitude. Fire is sacred to all of creation because it is recognized as a living being. It exists in four different spiritual forms, the first of which is the sun. Our sun radiates light and heat, making it possible for life to exist here on earth. We acknowledge and show gratitude to the power of Grandfather Sun, for without it, life would not exist. The sun is in the center of the solar system and its presence exerts gravity, which allows the planets that reside here to orbit around the sun. It creates the four seasons we experience here on earth. And similarly, those four separate phases are also symbolic of the seasons we move through in life. When a star reaches the end of its life cycle, it expels material into space, and through this transition, life is formed. We are all made from this material, and we are all part of that sacred light that created us. By expressing gratitude, we can engage in the memory of who we are. We are all light beings, and we were all formed from stardust. If you have drawn the grandfather sun sacred fire card today, take time to stand in the sunlight and offer thanks. It is by living in a state of gratitude that we not only connect to our higher selves, but to our own sacred divinity. Take this day as an opportunity to reconnect. Be grateful for all that you have experienced and remind yourself that we are all the same source in light. That's funny that it talked about we're all light beings and we were all formed from stardust. I have a song like on my, obviously I'm a Gemini and I do music, right? So what do you call it? A song that I have, the one when you go to my YouTube page for my music, I say that, are we made of dust and stars? Like that's something in the chorus of one of the songs I have, right? It's called The Beautiful Tragedy. But yeah, anyways, that reminded me of that. So it's funny. Okay, so let me see. I'm gonna use the Dark Goddess because it's one of my favorite decks. Um, so let's see what the Dark Goddess has to say, and then I'll pull some tarot. Okay, so any message from the Dark Goddess for Gemini for April? Oof, what was that? That was like, I don't know, it did this squeaky sound. That was so crazy. But renewal, wow. This is beautiful. Estan atlehi. Tlehi. Estan atlehi. So she obviously looks indigenous, right? Maybe she has came out already. Let's read. Estlanatehi. Wow. That's funny because with this one, usually just, but all these cards came out. That's pretty interesting. Ah, I'm gonna show you just because, right? When I got this deck, this is who came out. Like, this is who was appearing to me, even in this, physical reality. So, but let me read this real quick. Estlanateji. Estlanateji. Here we go. Renewal. Myth. Islanateji is the Dene Navajo sky goddess of change and time. She is known as the turquoise woman, is the wife of the sun, and lives in a turquoise palace at the western horizon. She is a conqueror of monsters and bringer of blessings. She is always changing. Islanateji is young in the summer and old in the winter. As she ages, she walks into the direction of the rising sun, where she is met with her younger self and is renewed. I love that, right? Because that sounds very Gemini. She is a conqueror of monsters and bring her blessings. Meaning, change is coming for you, but there is no need to be afraid. Be open. Wow, that gave me chills all like down. That was so weird. Change is coming for you, but there is no need to be afraid. Be open to this new beginning. Eslanateji is here to offer you reassuring guidance during this time. Respond to this swift, respond to this shift with hope and love, and a bright rejuvenation and renewal will greet you on the other side. You will emerge from this change refreshed and energized to take on what the future holds. So that's beautiful, right? Wow, that gave me like a lot of chills and my gut lit up right now, right? So change is coming. I guess that's a message for the Geminis, right? Let me see what I'll just go into the tarot. I'll pull up another card after. Right? Make sure I got all of them. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. It's not a thing. Oh yeah, I said I was gonna show you because I was like, what else did I say? I'm gonna show you all the cards that came out, and it was funny because at the bottom of that was Hecate, who is the reason I got this deck, and you know something I went through was at the end of last year, yeah, with Hecate, right? So first, it's crazy because usually the most two cards come out right sometimes, but there was just so many cards that they all came out right. And in the Aries reading, well, I'll tell you right now. So it's Lanateji, right? So it was renewal, right? Renewal, Manat, destiny. I'm not gonna read all of them. Ichel, compassion. Ichel. The meter, abundance. So Persephone came out and that's which was Aries, right? I'm the Aries reading, and that was the daughter of Demeter, right? So Demeter, abundance, and then Hecate, the crossroads, right? Oh, I got chills again. So it's obviously the crossroads represents making a choice, right? Or choosing all. That's what I heard in my head right now. Because Hecate has the keys, right? So maybe at the end of this journey, right, you know, you're gonna have that access to all, right? That's crazy, right? I was just like, I saw like all these doors. Whew, that gave me chills like crazy. All right, so okay, well, that was pretty interesting. Okay, let me pull something with the tarot. Right? It's like starting a journey and then kind of like what it said, right? It's Tlanateji about the change coming, right? There's really nothing you could do about it. Like the change is here, so it's almost like the tower falling, right? Like however long you take to surrender to it, but the change is coming. So, if you need to ask for guidance, tap in, ask your spirit guides, your ancestors, anyone that's the creator, whoever, you know, you need to talk to help you with that transition, right? Okay, so King of Wands, right? Either, you're gonna be stepping into this or, maybe there'll be someone that speaking of, right? I feel like this, I don't know if it's gonna happen that fast, but maybe, right? You know, this is for like the rest of April, right? So maybe by the end of April, you're gonna be put center stage, right? Leader, controlling focus, possessive, magnetic, independent, bold, right? So I feel like I'm hearing taking possession of something that, you were meant to do, right? Maybe it's taking you a while to get to this point, right? But King of Wands, Leo energy, right? Hmm. Oh, we could clarify King of Wands for Gemini. Ah, Three of Pentacles, collaboration, teamwork, dedication, project, relentless, determined to succeed. So maybe that's gonna be it, right? Well, whether you're working in collaboration or not, right? There's gonna be something that whether you're leading in this collaborative effort or, I mean, obviously, um, maybe that, right? Being in a leadership role with others that are leaders as well, right? But there's gonna be something, something that you're gonna be doing, right? So that's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. All right. So any other message for Gemini? What should they expect? Oh, temperance. So this is gonna take patience, obviously. Alchemy, balance, healing, transformation, patience, options, moderation. Sagittarius energy 14. So patience, right? As you're going through this. 1 and 4 is 5, which is the number of change. So it's funny the Hecate came out, right? The Crossroads, and right here it says options, right? But to me, it felt like it's almost like having access to everything. But obviously, right? If you focus on everything at once, wow, I'm having this weird, like, not just my gut, but it's like spreading, right? Like that that feeling, like such a strong energy right now. That's really crazy. Moderation, I guess, just knowing, like, like in the Aries reading, they talked about balance. So moderation, I don't know, kind of makes me think of. I mean, you're not necessarily getting balance here. I'm sure, like, you can handle it, right? Like, obviously Gemini's. If anyone can do that, it's a Gemini to be able to tackle a lot of things, right, at once. So, okay, let me see any other message. So I think that's pretty to the point, right? You're gonna have to have patience, right? You know, you're gonna have to. Oh, maybe that's what it is because it's gonna be something new. You're gonna have to have that kind of youthful energy, right, to see this through, right? Because whatever you're starting, maybe it's just gonna be, a whole change, right? It's gonna be a whole change of things. So, sensitivity, message of love, fantasy, pregnancy, surprise, and admire, emotional. So I don't know. Maybe you're gonna be connecting with someone as well, or you just did or something, and it's something new, right? So who knows? Maybe part of that collaboration, whether it's work related, whether it's love, right? Something like that. Let's see. Let's clarify, and then okay, clarify Page of Cups for Gemini in April, right? Wow, Chariot. So something's coming fast, right? The Chariot. Destiny, journey, overcoming obstacles, willpower, same direction, drive. So yeah, like whether male or female, however, right? But it's like someone saying, "Hey, come on, baby, right? Get in the car. Let's go for a little journey, right? Same direction, right? Maybe that's the thing. You're gonna meet others, like I said, whether romantic or work-wise, that are kind of on the same journey as you, right? So that's not bad. We have Capricorn, Cancer, Sagittarius, Leo. Let me see. Okay, so is there any other message for Gemini for the rest of April? Any other message that they should know? Gemini. I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna because I kind of pushed. There was a card that felt like it wanted to come out, and then so I kind of that was see temperance patience. That's that Gemini thing, right? I was like, "Are you gonna turn over or what?" And I turned. I kind of gave it a nudge, but nah, I don't want to take that. Let me. Okay. Any last message for? All right. Ace of Swords. This one popped right out. So there it is. Clarity, truth, enlightenment, communication, information, new idea, vision, expansion. So maybe there's a message in that, right? Just be patient and the ideas will come, right? And that's the thing is, sometimes you have to just be patient and boom, that's how it is, right? With Geminis, once there's times where the ideas just start flowing and boom, 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 they come so fast. When you're trying to force it, yeah, you're just gonna confuse yourself. So don't over try to push yourself if you're feeling stuck or, because you're gonna cause more confusion. So just, right, sometimes if you have to sit in silence, clarity, truth, and be patient. Clarity, truth, enlightenment, communication, information, new idea, vision, expansion. See, so maybe that's what it is, right? Sitting in a corner all by yourself in the dark might bring you the revelations you need, right? And I'm gonna do this one for you just because I like Geminis. I'm gonna do one of these ancestor ones, right? Let's see if there's any ancestor that wants to talk to you, right? This is the Dia de los Muertos deck. Was one of what still I still love it, but let's see what the Dia de los Muertos has to say, and then I'll end it after that. See, Dia de los Muertos. Any message from any ancestor, anyone that wants to communicate with a Gemini out there right now? Oof. All right. Wow. And sure enough, right? The card. I don't even know if I'm sure it's came out before, but ancestors, right? Ancestros, number three, ancestros. See, they're always there, right? In spirit, even if you don't see them, they're always there, the ancestros, right? They're always surrounding you. Oh man, that's crazy. I had this crazy experience that happened, but I'm gonna talk about it obviously on my podcast channel, right? So if you ever want to see like I guess longer, more in-depth spiritual stories and everything, I have the links to my podcast, obviously. All right, so number three, and then we'll end it after this. Ancestors. Oh, there it is, ancestors. Feel the collective strength of those who paved the road for you. We never lose our loved ones. They accompany us. They don't disappear from our lives. We are merely in different rooms. Coelho. Message. My beloved, I come to you now standing not by myself, but alongside the many souls who love you. I speak on behalf of your friends and relatives, souls who trace back along your lineage to before time itself. Accept the enormity of our love for you and sense or feel our message. Hear us say, man, I'm feeling all these emotions right now with it. I have no idea why. Well, I mean, I do know why, but hear us say, all we want for you is everything you want for yourself and more. We love you more than you can imagine. You are precious to us. We have your back, front, and the rest of you. You are enough, and you have what you need to create your most fulfilling life. Take a moment to look at yourself from my perspective. I know this might sound strange, but as you attempt to see yourself from my point of view, you'll access a higher and wiser perspective than your ordinary senses allow. The ancestor point of view is one of unconditional love and support. And if I may toot my own horn, the wisdom available to me is quite stunning. We are not consumed by the myopia of earthly life, but remain in awe of the grand vastness of the non physical. You've chosen this card today so that you might gain a glimpse of the ancestor's view while you still reside on earth. This is the sacred heirloom I pass down to you, and I hope with all my heart you receive it. Mantra. I revel in the collective brilliance of my loved ones who've gone before me, letting their love lift me higher, making me stronger than I ever could be on my own. One more time. I revel in the collective brilliance of my loved ones who've gone before me, letting their love lift me higher, making me stronger than I ever could be on my own. Right? So, as the message for you, Gemini, like I said, I was feeling all these emotions when I started reading that. So, obviously, someone's ancestors were here that wanted them to hear this message, right? So, on that note, I'll end it there. Give it a thumbs up. If well, give it a thumbs up regardless. If you listen to it, right? Because obviously it helps. And comment if it resonated with you. And that's it. Yeah. Any links for anything will be in the description. And that's it. Let me know. Once again, if anything, hopefully you got something out of it. All right. Peace.